my Jovians, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about my favorite concealers for dark dusky skin. But having said that, what makes a concealer more different for dusky skin or pale skin? So these are my favorite concealers regardless, except that these brands in particular carry, I know for a fact, carry concealers of my shade and sometimes even darker shades, which is a big plus point. All the concealers I'm going to be talking about today in this video are cruelty free except one. We have a makeup tutorial of this exact look right here, so if you'd like to see that, click right here. So let's start with the only non-cruelty concealer that we have in this collection, and that is, I'm sure you can guess what it is if you saw my empties video. It is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, one of the best concealers in the market, hands down, no argument there. But they just went off the cruelty-free bandwagon, and that breaks my heart, but I will not be continuing to buy this concealer anymore. I actually bought this concealer exactly 1 week before they announced them going off cruelty-free bandwagon, so I was just like, what? This color is a Monday, and this is like say half a shade darker than my skin tone, so I like it to conceal my hyperpigmentation. And I used to use the color called Biscuit under my eyes to highlight and conceal my dark circles. It was really good for that as well. Now it is a medium to buildable coverage. It is extremely creamy, and this concealer blends out like nobody else. It's just butter on your skin, and it makes your face so radiant. Also, the very first time I tried this concealer under my eyes, I noticed that it was creasing, so I believe that creasing is a problem with this concealer, but I feel that that is also because of the under eye cream that I used back then, because right now it doesn't crease as much. But I can't say that it's a completely crease proof concealer. It's a very natural skin like concealer that makes your skin look flawless. Now I want to talk about Kat Von D's Lock-It Concealer in the shade D35 Neutral is what I use, and I feel that these two are pretty much comparable. Remember when I was in London, I walked around Selfridges and also, where was that? I forgot now. Asking everybody for a concealer that suited my skin tone and something that's cruelty free. And everybody pointed me to Urban Decay, Inglot. I tried a lot of concealers, but nothing really matched up to this one. Even It Cosmetics. I was always an in-between shade, and I wanted one concealer that's an exact replica or say comparable to the NARS. So I was carrying this around and asking people to give me a dupe. This is slightly more pigmented, more thick, so it's gonna cover whatever you have. May it be a tattoo, may it be under eye circles, hyperpigmentation, acne scars, whatever it is, this is gonna cover it. Then we have the NYX HD Concealer, which is in the shade CW08. Now this is say one shade too dark for me, and one of you told me on my Facebook DM that there is a 7.5 as well, and that might be perfect for me. Now this concealer is so comparable to these high-end concealers, guys. I am blown away with the quality of this, and I believe this was just £7, which is like 3.5 KD, 3 KD aroundish. It's so cheap, so amazing. You can stock up on all the colors, use it to highlight, conceal, contour, everything, because this NYX HD concealer is that amazing. All of these stick form of concealers, they're all extremely creamy, blendable, long wearing, not as creasy. I mean, of course they crease, but they're not gonna like completely crease on you and destroy your makeup and your day and your mood. Then we have Urban Decay Naked Concealer in the shade Medium Dark Warm. They only have 1 or 2 more darker shades. They don't have a huge variety as far as I know. Very comparable to the NARS one, except this is a little bit more pigmented. Like a little bit of this goes a long way. I was in between shades for Urban Decay Naked Skin, and this is perfect for my under eye concealing. And also they came out with their new all-nighter concealers, I believe. I haven't tried them out. I'd love to try them out. How can we have a concealer video without mentioning the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer? These concealers are mind-blowing. They are so pigmented, guys. I cannot even explain. Now I have the shade in tan, and I wish I picked up a shade that's 1 shade darker than tan. I use this currently for my under eye area, and it blends out so seamlessly like silk into my skin if I use a beauty blender. And the doe foot applicator itself is so fat, it's like, what is that? And it even has a really nice scent to it. I usually don't like scent in my makeup, but somehow this doesn't bother me. This makes me feel good when I use it. And And Tarte also comes with a lot of deeper shades, so it is a good option if you are dark or dusky or deep or whatever you want to call yourself. Another one from Tarte is the Maracuja Creaseless Concealer. Now this one I have in the shade tan as well, but this actually matches my skin tone perfectly because I feel that this concealer oxidizes just a little bit after you apply it. Now this is definitely creaseless, but it leaves a very shiny finish on your face, so you have to set it with powder. Now I am someone who has normal to combination skin, and I don't always set my makeup with powder because I kind of like that dewy finish, and I also feel like makeup today don't really need a lot of setting. If you want to know how to avoid cakey foundation anyways, you can click right here. I have an entire video explaining that. Coming back to this is full coverage, and the only downside is that it comes in a tube, so I have to like literally take it out, put it on my hand or on a palette, take it, apply, like too many steps. I prefer a tube like this with a wand so it goes straight and blend. So that is the only reason why I don't reach for this one as much as I reach out for my other concealers. Fashion Fair stick foundations are amazing as concealers. They are so high coverage and also like a cream to powder finish formula. They have so many ranges, you guys, and Fashion Fair is available in UK, US, Kuwait, Middle East, in a lot of places. They're also available online. Check out the links in the description. And I love to use the shade Honey for my under eyes, and it's just so beautiful. You can check this video out to see how I use it. They are actually foundations, but since they are so highly pigmented and creamy, they are beautiful as concealers and perfect for traveling and on the go and like travel makeup, because you can literally just and done. Same exact principle applies to the Hourglass Vanish foundation. This foundation was so overhyped, not overhyped, it was so hyped when it just launched a year ago, just over a year ago, and now I feel like people completely forgot about it. But this foundation is a really good foundation even as a concealer because it is pretty pigmented. It has medium to buildable coverage, so you can keep layering it on, and it does not really dry out your face. Now the color that I have is in golden amber, but as you can see, it is a little too yellow for my skin tone. But of course, you know, once you layer on products, everything can be evened out. That is not really an issue. And now we have a stick concealer as it is, and this is from Fenty Beauty. This is the matte stick, that's it, matte sticks in the color caramel, and this is like my skin tone, maybe half a shade lighter than my skin tone, so it is just perfect to hide my under eye circle if I don't want that crazy highlighted effect, just to like have a very natural look. Just like the Fashion Fair foundation sticks, these are also cream to powder finish, so you have to have extremely moisturized face for this to like glide on easily and like blend very well, because it sets to a powder and it really sets in place afterwards. This has medium coverage, so I wouldn't recommend this if you have really extremely dry under eyes. Even I wouldn't recommend these if you have dry under eyes, but these cream formulas are perfect if you have dry under eye area. It does blend out very easily, especially using a flat kabuki brush just like this. Now I have an Iman cream foundation. I've used this so much that the whole Iman label has rubbed off completely. You can see a little bit of something right there. This is in the shade Sand 5. Now this is a gorgeous cream concealer, guys, cream foundation, sorry, and this is such a dupe of the MAC Studio Fix cream foundation and concealer, because this works exactly the same and even looks the same actually. If you cannot find it in your country, just buy it online. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. This is so full coverage, it lasts on your face all day. You can use it if you have dry, sensitive, normal, oily, whatever kind of skin. It is just perfect, especially if you want to spot conceal under your eye, hyperpigmentation. So those are my top 10 concealers for us brown girls. I hope that you found this helpful, and I don't have a lot of Indian brands in these, I know, except for the NYX one. I don't think any of these are like Indian brands, but that's because I don't find concealers that I like which are cruelty free that suits my skin tones. The Indian brands that are available are brands like Color Bar, Lakme, Chambord, and they don't have my color, guys. They just don't have my color, and I wonder why. And the other brands like L'Oreal, Maybelline, Revlon, those are not cruelty free. If you have any other requests, guys, feel free to leave them down in the description bar below. And I wonder if you've seen my video explaining why I hate Bollywood. If you haven't, I'd love to hear your thoughts on the same. So that's it for this video, guys. I love you so much for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow.